We are at the academy in Lijiang City where the awakening ceremony is taking place to see who's gonna be a talented prodigy and who's going to be a worthless turbo loser. A red-pilled bald-bearded professor is giving everyone a warning about the dangers of chasing 3D waifus and also telling them that the first awakening is something that decides the future of a person. The higher your rank, the better your life is going to be. In that crowd, everyone has different aspirations. The bald guy wants to become a berserker and use his talent to fight creatures, and the guy with the glasses wants a stealth class so he can become a creepy to match his looks. In this place, a virtual reality game named Eternal got merged with the real world. In that game, people could kill their bosses in real life, so everyone loved it, since the euphoria from killing other people was really cute and fun. Everything inside the game, of course. With that, more and more people got into the game, and one day the tower appears and the monsters started to roam in the city. But, strangely enough, the surface of the world expanded by thousands of times, and a large number of secret realms appeared with countless monsters and new races. Every guy was happy because now instead of choosing between ass or boobs, they can choose between elf and succubus. While also everyone now could level up and change their classes to increase their power so they could fight against those monsters. And that's our loser, bastard, lifeless, edgy protagonist with sharp eyes and crossed necklace to make him stand out 1% more. His name Joey, and he is Chinese, so he must ruthless. Of course, with this sad boy look, you know that he's a motherless fatherless with a hot cute sister that is in the hospital with a disease that no one really knows how to cure, is untreatable by normal doctors, and he could barely maintain her alive with the help of a low-level priestess. He had to sell everything from simple things like his house to crazy ones like his Valorant skins just to keep her alive. Sad part is that right now that doesn't mean anything since there's no way to cure his sister. He's just waiting for her death. The medical fees are getting higher and higher since she needs a priest to be alive. And as a normal citizen in a capitalistic society where the rich get richer, our poor boy is getting poorer. He bets everything in this awakening ceremony. With a strong combat class, he can finally buy back his Valorant account, and then later help his sister to have a cute girl 24/7 at home. This SUS mage professor tells to all of the students that got their name shouted go in the circle so they can awaken their class. Everyone is impressed that the mage is level 24, even our edgy loser thinks that he's strong, but the most impressive part is the income of someone of that level, which is at least 6 figures. Now he just needs to be 6 foot tall and have a 6 inches noodle, and with that he would have the 666 needed to pull up some Instagram bimbos with thick lips. Then the teacher starts to call the names while our boy is thinking. It's starting and there's 1,000 of classes that can be awakened, but in this world with so many monsters, the combat classes are the most respected ones. If you get a life skill class, you better be at home jerking off to some hot 3D virtual reality waifu than to risk your life in the dungeons. The first guy that goes gets 3 classes to choose from: pharmacist, enchanter, and the composer. But with not even a single combat class, we know his destiny already. The professor says that at least half of them will get a combat class, so it's not that hard to get. After that, the professor keeps calling the numbers until it is time for our mastery to go. Everyone is cheering for him. It seems that he's really good at school. But unfortunately that it's not always a decisive factor for your class awakening. The professor says that he does have good results and his status are pretty good too. Maybe if he got lucky he can awaken a nice class. Up to this point 16 people got a combat class, and the 2 teachers are competing with each other to see who's going to get more combat class students. Everyone looks at his awakening with anticipation, while our boy is just standing there, and his cross necklace starts to shine. A flame-like aura gets out of it, and that's when the system appears. Energy detected, activating the strongest class support system S+. Talent protection of the sacred angel. Would you like to accept it? The edgy lord thinks that he's getting crazy, but when he looks again he sees that it's an actual system with a game-like interface. He bought his necklace in his last life, and yes, he's a transmigrator loser. What an accomplishment. At that time thought that could be a treasure, but after some testing and nothing appearing he gave up. But now he activated this system, and even gave him a big gift. The system shows protection of the sacred angel S+. Affinity with light types greatly increased. All light type and divinity type skills will have an amplified effect. After so much necromancer stuff, we are finally going to get some heavenly babes, and our guy is going to use some healing skill on the girls. The ranks go from F to S. The better the rank, the better the waifu, as I already told you. At that moment everyone was staring at him, asking why he's not moving and why he's looking in the air like a mentally challenged idiot. But that's when an explosion happens. The red-pilled professor and the SUS mage were in disbelief. From the sky, a heavenly creature, juicy blonde angel with silk clothing, started to descend. His necklace was shining as she was getting closer, with some big beautiful toes and 6 wings. She tells him, "Light is your belief and the source of your power. Under the belief of the sacred, the light will always protect you and burn away all evil." Then she vanishes and goes into his forehead, leaving a message, "I will always protect you by your side." Our protagonists just go a waifu inside him when suddenly other 3 figures appears in the sky, where everyone there is in disbelief, cause it seems that those 3 are hidden classes. The Mage of Light, Sacred Priest, and Saint Knight. The juicy big albino bimbo melon girl is the Mage of Light that I would choose without a single ounce of hesitation. She is a DPS but has no defense, and with so many monsters around he would need someone to defend him, and that would be too risky. The Priest of course has a ton of healing, life-saving skills, and even the resurrection, but of course it's not really that good to kill monsters. You're thinking that he should choose this one to save his sister, but he would need to level up first, and leveling up a priest is hard as truck. Anyone who played any MMORPG knows that. The Saint Knight on the other hand can do everything half-assed, but at least he can be independent as a feminist woman in this day and age. For an edgy lonely boy, that's the one that suits him most. So he chooses that one in the system, and damn, that knight is big as hell. The knight swing his hammer 3 times, saying one word with each swing: honesty, bravery, empathy, and he finishes with responsibility to commit acts of glory. Boom, he hits the floor and says that those should be the acts of a Saint Knight. It vanishes and the energy goes from mastery while his back shines, and congratulations on awakening the Saint Knight class. Okay, look at him having all the swag. Maybe he could have gotten the priest skill and heal his sister, but this one makes him look much cooler than a fragile creepy priest. He receives 3 skills: Blade of Pure White, Slow Regeneration, Weapon Blessing, and 10 extra points. Everyone now wants suck his click, I mean to be his friend. They are all shouting, asking to form a party for the next exam. I'm a thick juicy mage, please take me with you. An albino teach shows up saying, "Jesus, stop gathering here, move away. Mastery, good job bro, you should go home and get some rest, come to the headmaster off tomorrow." Back to his room, he sees that he has 20 strength, 18 constitution, 17 agility, and 15 intelligence, and also still has some points to assign. He just puts a little bit on everything to get stronger overall, and the system gives him a gift for using points for the first time, while also activates a mission. It's a daily mission where he can get 3 rewards, 10 extra points, a Saint Knight skill, or a random Saint Knight equipment. If that's the prize, he must take it, so the sky flashes and he's going to be transported to a different place. The system tells him to take the trial seriously, cause dying in this trial results in dying in real life. Damn, what the hell, this is the daily mission. In my time they used to do 100 push-ups, run 10 kilometers and call it a day. But he is sent to a mine, and there's already someone into his back he looks to see, and the creature with a huge claw is coming to kill him, but he skillfully evades, thinking, "It's my first time facing a monster, I will try to kill you without using any skills cause I'm super cool." The monster comes to another one, but he dodges. Another one and he evades. He keeps sidestepping all attacks cause with his status this is too easy, this monster is too slow, and he can see all the movements. Jesus, he was overconfident and has a new hole in his chest. It only took 10 seconds to this turbo loser get his confidence shaken. He's in the floor. Okay, the monster is coming to the second one, but he uses the slow regeneration into his belly that within 13 seconds recovers an amount of health points. At least he's suffering a little. I like when our trash edgy boys go through some challenges. He does a cross sign with his arms and throws the blade of pure white, creating a combo with his skill Tiger Pounce. Grabs one enemy in front of you and run forward, and with that he slams the monster into the wall and shouts, "Let's go baby, that's what I'm talking about." Maybe he's a Charlie fan. Then punches the monster with so much power that it pierces its chest. You killed the insane trial monster. Please choose one rewards. He knows that he will get a lot of status as the time goes on, but right now he needs something to help in the fight, so he chooses the weapon and receives a basic one-hand sword. Now the trial is done and appears back in his room. His cell phone rings and it's time to go to the hospital. In the news everyone is talking about him, the only guy who received a hidden class in the last 50 years. In that room was his sister, watching, but suddenly the nurse gets into the room and shouts at the poor girl. Damn bro, what type of capitalistic nurse is that? Cause she's shouting, "It's time for your medical fees, 10,000 right now or get out." Pretty much the average healthcare in United States. The sister is in shock, asking why it's so expensive. Wasn't 5,000 before? Are there any mistakes? She knows that her big loser brother can only receive 5,000 by working 3 jobs. She don't think he can pay all of this average American healthcare, whereas the good old communism. But the nurse tells her that she used a lot of expensive medicine this month, and they even had to call a priest there, so if she doesn't pay she can check out. The sister was lost, asking, what do you mean by check out you? That's when a guy enters the room and grabs the nurse's shoulder, saying, Miss Nurse, it seems that I heard you insulting the patient with how sharp your mouth is. I wonder if you can explain all of that in the director's office. The nurse goes off talking, saying to the sister, Jo Yun, you must pay your medical fees today. Then the sister asked, who are you guys? Are you guys here to ask for the payment? The guy are all friendly, cause probably they already know that she is the sister of the edgy saint. The guy told her, you must be Mr. Jo, and I'm a big friend of your brother. But that's when our boy gets into the room, saying, I just went to pay the bills and they asked me to pay 10,000. Do you know what's going on? Then he notices the other guys there and asks, who are you guys? The guy introduces itself. Hi, my name is Zhao Wenbing and I'm the mayor's secretary. Also, I would like to discuss some things with you. Our boy is suspecting with why is someone like him looking for him? Cause that guy is the most powerful man in Jungai City. He just shakes the guy's hand and the mayor tells him that this patient room is unsuitable for conversation, let's go somewhere else, and tells his security to keep a look on his sister. In cafe nearby, a group of friends is talking about someone that got a hidden class and it's all over the news. The name is Joey. Here's the photo of him. The girl says he looks pretty handsome and that she would accept some heavenly seeds from him, but are right besides them talking with the mayor, who already knew of course of his situation, and tells to our boy Mr. Jo, congratulations on receiving the S talent protection of the sacred angel. Our loser says that he was just lucky, but the mayor tells him that getting an S class is not something that you can achieve with luck, and he's interested in our boy. Then he gave him some cultivation resources for him to prepare for the exam. Those resources are inside the bank's vault, and this is the only key to the vault. Do you have any other request? Our boy, now that the mayor thinks that he's going to become a powerful force, so there's no harm in investing on him. But there's no such a thing as free meal, and he probably wants him to repay in some way. The guy keeps giving him things. From today onward there will be a professional medical team to serve your sister 24 hours even. A level 36 second awakened great priest will come to the city just to heal her. Edgy loser thinks that his mother trucker knows everything he needs, so he can't refuse such a good offer. Them tells him that he accepts. Back into the room, his sister is all happy knowing his class, cause that means that he's going to rise it to the top. And I gotta say that this sister looks like a lifeless, mind broken, hypnotized crazy one, and biggest desire is to hang out with our edgy lord like an accessory. He tells her to stop talking nonsense cause she needs to focus on recovery, but she curious with his new exclusive S rank skills. He remembers that he got an attack skill A, healing 1 and a blessing, and now it's the perfect moment to try to heal her. The name is Slow Recovery, but maybe can do something good, and when he uses golden glow appears around her, and she says that it's so comfortable, warm, cozy, and that its content is feeling her really nice. The same sensation as being into a hot spring receiving a full body massage. Lil mind broken sister is already drooling. He asks if she's feeling better, and she tells him that it's amazing how it overflowed her. It's not hurting anymore, even her hands are getting warmer. Seeing his sister so fulfilled, our boy smiles. Next day, the bald red-pilled is talking with him, explaining that a bunch of universities wants to have our boy. Even some teachers from the top 10 are fighting to get him, and he needs to make a good decision so he can receive the best training in the future. Our boys asks which universities are. Those headmaster just says that is a bunch of universities, but our boy knows that none of them are from the top 3. Redpilled explains that the top 3 universities only recruit based on results, and they don't care about talents and ranks he would need to prove himself. Inside the room, a discussion is happening when they go in. Everyone is staring at them. Each one of them is from some different university, and of course all of them want our healing filler boy. Our boy says nice to meet you all, and everyone is thinking that he's a good, humble and steady. Hot Wheels Track says that he's going to cut to the chase. I'm going to explain Roan Hun's university offer that is 2 million and same night. Class exclusive skill book. Our poor trash is impressed people in this world make 6,000 a month, and he's getting 2 million like that. But the dollar store Ichigo Kurosaki says that the Rome University is stingy as ever, cause the Zoe Shu University is offering him 3 million, 3 skills and even an instructor level 56. Even Redpilled is impressed cause level 56 is near the top of the planet. But that's when a succulent milk carrier comes with the best offer. She tells that he's only going to get 2 million but will receive a B-class cultivation resource. Redpilled is staring at him, begging for him to accept that proposal. This resource it's not even possible to buy with infinite money, it's so good that even a piggy can become a monster. The syrupy babe asks which one he's going to choose. But our Sigma says, I'm sorry but I have to decline all of you trash because I'm not interested in special admissions. She asks why, and of course he explains that he wants to enter the top 3 universities. The places where only 1,000 people per year go, and even some other races are competing for the spots. Everyone in the room is laughing at him. Hot Wheels Track says that he thought that he's were a good kid but he's just an ignorant brat. Then he releases his aura telling his that he saw his life history. He knows that he don't have enough resources to go to those places, is weak and also from a low status family. Feeling the aura he knows that if it was yesterday he would drop to the floor right now. The guy keeps telling him even if him get to one of those places all he's going to do is training for the rest his life, always in the last place in those universities. Redpilled gets in front of him asking what is the meaning of this, Mr. Z, you want to bully my student. Results of his exams. He knows that he has only 1 month to prepare. He needs to grow at maximum speed but he's sure that is doable cause he has the system. Red Voluptuous Juicy is impressed with his resolution and strong mind. She feels that his eyes are ready for the battlefield and maybe even the bedfield. So she leaves saying that she's looking forward for the results of him. We skip to 1 month later with no Rock Lee training arc this time. The exam will begin soon and everyone is nervous, and the examiner says that this time it is the demon young and all the students knew that they were doomed. Also they all knew that our boy refused to enter any university. Of course they think that he's dumb, trash, loser with a massive ego. But that's when he shows up and our boy is exuding an golden aura while everyone thinks that he's different than before. He feels powerful. Alone in front of the gate that shows a message, secret realm deep inside the dark forest, level 10 to 13, difficult, easy, hard and nightmare. Number of people 1 to 5. Be careful with the Minotaurus. The side trash characters are all thinking that this is too much the cause dark forest monsters are the hardest to deal with. But from behind someone says remember if your life is in danger use your return scroll immediately cause dying the map means you die in the real life. It's better to fail the exam than losing your life. Time's up and everyone vanishes. We have some warriors, some assassins, some elemental mage, and even some gunsman. Brother, I would like to be a gunsman like an average Texas citizen. But of course everyone wants to watch the edgy Saint Knight. Everyone from the elite classes went alone in the dungeon cause this is the best way so you can get all the experience possible. And our protagonist is in the highest level, the nightmare, while also being solo, which everyone considers a crazy thing to do. The director of education asks Bald why he let the edgy boy going solo. That's his crazy. He has buffs and healings, he should have a party with him, and even worse he went into nightmare. That means he has a 40% chance of dying. You know that the city has given him a lot of resources just so he can get a good result, but he's risking everything. Red Pill tells him brother relax, he ain't beta, he ain't alpha, he even ain't sigma, he's ligma balls and just watch. Our boy is running when he sees something and pulls his weapon out of the system. It's the same monster that he killed in his daily training, and that's good for him. He now has a single-bladed axe, bronze 2 stars. It's one swing in the middle of the beast, and it's over. Look at his edgy face with all those status, but why his intelligence is so high? Maybe he's playing some 4D chess, and we will eventually discover. He's level 13 and he feels like he can make to the top rankings and go to any university that he wants. The monsters are not attacking, so he shouts, if you're not coming to me I'm going get you bits. Using his weapon Blessing level 4. After so many dark edgy protagonists who can see someone shining with the glory of the heavens, and it feels refreshing. Because he is a Saint Knight, and is using a holy weapon, he gains an extra 21 points, something that would make anyone jealous, even though in this place you only can use a bronze weapons with so much extra status into his weapon. His strength it's way above bronze. He uses his blade of pure white and finishes everything while people outside are impressed with his timing cause he's not only strong but also knows how to fight. Bro, it's a menace. He grabs the monster hand and sends it flying. Another one died. Outside everyone is sure that he put all his points into his strength, but the old guy tell that this is not possible. He's way faster than the cat's monsters. That means that he has a lot of speed and even killed some monster with magic skills. That means that his intelligence is also not low. But the guy wearing a suit thinks he's mentally challenged dumb trash cause he can have a high combat status, but his methods are unwise since he wasted all his power and energy on the first wave of monsters, but on Nightmare there's many more monsters waves. Even excellent mages fail because of magical energy consumption, and his weapon weight is a burden, swinging something so heavy he's bound to get tired. His fate is already sealed, he's going to die for those monsters. Jim Brothers' cats are coming for him and everyone wants to know what he's going to do this time. But he just swings his axe and makes use of skill with his hands, throwing an energy blast, then sends his axe flying like a boomerang, and after it kills a bunch of monsters it goes back to his hand and he finishes another one. In a few seconds all the cats are dead and a portal appears, so he goes to the next level. Another legion of Trembolone cats are waiting for him. Outside someone doing a live stream saying, "It's your favorite host KK. Just another K and things would have gotten historically wild." He is streaming our boy performance for everyone cause he's on a track for setting a record with only 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Brother, look at the size of the camera, do you need all of that? Not even OnlyFans entrepreneurships are so well equipped, but everyone wants to know how high is his constitution cause he should be tired already. But he's just swinging his big axe without any once of fatigue. The girl with the head hair says that the master is smiling too much, maybe he's enjoying our heavenly boy performance, but he says that's nonsense, and she should just watch. But he's thinking to himself, damn, is my smile so big and obvious? Back to our boy testosterone cats are just waiting, but behind all of them there's a Minotaur level 14 and the cats this time have elemental attributes. He thinks that's crazy, the chance of him dying now increased it by 100-fold. The Minotaur screams and all the juicers ran to kill our boy. But there's even some magic cats that used some spell and locked him in place. He's impressed with the teamwork from the monsters. Mage are behind, healers giving buffs and warriors in the front line. But he takes his necklace, put his hands around it, makes a jutsu sign to use the cross of the sacred light. Now it's explained why his intelligence is the higher status. All the poor cats are dead cause no low-level creature can survive to his heavenly spells. Everyone thought that the Saint Knight was support class, so how can he be so strong alone? And even worse, why he have grade B skills since they could only afford to give him some grade C skills. He's standing there face to face with the Minotaur and just points to the monster saying, "You're the only one, come on." The Minotaur uses the skills Berserk and Superior Body while also activates the Stomp to break the floor and to take advantage of the lack of balance. The Minotaur rushes and in the air our boy should be ducked, but he uses the air's lash and sends another cross like your average Christian. There goes another blade of light, another cross, and he's rushing this time cause he knows that the Minotaur has a thick skin, so he needs a critical blow, and Jesus, he slashes right through it like butter. Brother, poor Minotaur is looking at him asking himself how he got defeated so easy. Edgy boy just see that he's alive, so he stomps on the head. My man is cold, and now he knows that the next stage should be the boss room. The audience is going crazy and the girls are saying that they are hurt cause they a hole that need his healing skills to be filled up. The guy with the suit is getting impressed. He finds hard to believe that this boy started to train only 1 month ago, and even congratulate Redpilled for creating such a good boy. While Bald is thinking that the best result that this whole school got in all those years is 721, maybe our boy can reach a whole new height. Someone points and asks why he didn't rest before entering the boss room. Suit guy with a bipolar disorder is angry again, now saying that he knew that he was dumb F. Now he lost all his advantages because he should have recovered before. But the reason for that is cause he's going for the record, and if he wants to be in the top 100 he needs to finish this in the shortest time. Sitting in the throne the boss says, "Human, how you dare to step into my place?" It's a level 16 Minotaur king because the level difference is too large, he cannot see anything else. The Minotaur instantly attacks him saying that he must be prepared for death, but he uses the blessing of courage and the gift of God, also the gift of protection. Bro is Overload 2.0 getting ready for a fight. Now with the pay to win he says, "Little cow, I'm over here." All buffs activated, Saint Knight's initial form is up. They go towards each other, and the Minotaur is way bigger than him. He slashed the hand of the Minotaur, but unfortunately even with 4 buffs he cannot pierce the flesh, and now is Purple Meatball time to attack and its hammer is already over him. He sidesteps in the right moment, but the second one he couldn't dodge, and that hit was critical, sending our poor boy 5 pillar to the other side of room. Thanks to this armor his bones are intact, otherwise he would be dead. But luckily now after this exchanging of blows he knows what he needs to do and pulls out the Spear of Victory level 3 grade C. Throws a spear made of condensed divine light, and the enemy who has been hit will receive high damage. Okay, will find a gap. But the system warns him, you are low on mana, please replenish. But that was when he got the first hit on the Minotaur, and he learned that the Minotaur has another weakness. His resistance is low, cause even if he has a thick skin, when pierced his health is low. It's like a big skeleton with a thick armor, and when it gets hit it's hard for him to regenerate. He needs to go all out all the time, and now it's his best chance. So he sends all the skills that he could with the mana that he had. The hard part about this is controlling everything at the same time, and he needs to be careful. If he runs out of mana before killing this guy, he's out. He didn't want to take a gamble, but there's no more chances cause there's no more time. He pulls out the golden sacred sword out of the system, and with a mighty divine slash he cuts right through the Minotaur, and finally killed the boss. Congratulations on completing the nightmare difficulty. Time 90 minutes and 24 seconds. The exam is finished. You have made an SSS clearance, and it's first place. Our boy was happy thinking, now I can go to any university that I want. I finally did it. In the year that he transmigrated to this world, his mother passed away, his sister was sick, and he had a lot of debt, turbo mega loser basically. All of that was pressing really hard against his back every single night, and he felt as if he was going to explode. But even under such harsh conditions he chose to not give up, always thinking if he can't increase his status he will practice his combat skills and cultivate his fighting spirit. The thought giving up never crossed his mind, and the system's appearance gave him a second chance in life, and now his fate is within his hands. He needs to work harder and grind harder than anyone else, and at that moment his heart was the same as always, unshakable. He receives 5000 XP and 23 points. Also, goes up to level 13 and even gets some items like a forest belt and a forest ring, and even a Minotaur King's cards. I love cards. That reminds me of Ragnarok Online and Hunter x Hunter. When he arrives in the middle of the arena, everyone is shouting his name. Mastery, Mastery, you are my god! Fill me up with all your healing. Hearing such offers he got shy. He asked himself what is going on. That's when Bald shows up. You went solo and finished in under 10 minutes. You are an honor for this academy. From my years of experience I know you have the highest potential of this district, and your future is bright, boy. But our boy is humble and just says that they are overpraising him. He's not that much. When suddenly a car pulls up and everyone knows it's the car that can enter flight mode. Finally Elon Musk gave us what we've been waiting for like a slave. The guy is even going to open the door for him. Come on. The results will be up in 3 days and you need to rest first. After that, the mayor fulfilled his promises to our boy. His sister got a professional medical team 24/7. When he arrived there, he told the nurse that he's here to give his sister some good news, and even the nurse knows that it's because he placed first on the exam. But when they are in the elevator, it starts to get too cold inside. When the door opens everyone is frozen. He knows there is a problem with his sister, so he runs and the nurse tries to follow him, but she just got frozen in place. When he arrives, he sees a dragon and a healer with her. Jesus. He pulls out the holy energy. The healer tells him to not attack, but her arms are already becoming a popsicle. He stops his attack and asks why he can't attack. She explains to him that her heart is at risk. If he attacks he can kill her. Then he asks why there is a dragon here. She tells him that it was sudden, but the cold inside her body exploded, and everyone got frozen. The best that she can do right now is suppress the cold, but he should hurry up and leave. But our hero wants to know what's going to happen with his sister. She says that she doesn't know. She can only do this much right now. They need a high-level priest. Our boy says that he understands and opens the system, using all his points to upgrade his low recovery, and the skill goes from level 4 recovery to level 10 regeneration. With that he uses it on his sister. The priest is impressed cause his skill is more powerful than hers, and she is a level 23 priest. He keeps healing the girl and asks the priest to go down and inform the secretary. We need a high-level priest quickly. The girl warns him it's hard to get a high-level priest because they have a lot of things to do. Even if we call the one that we know, she won't make it in time. He says, doesn't matter who you call, Tell that person that the top 1 ranking in this exam promises to do one thing for him unconditionally in the future. She agrees and goes while our boy thinks that this burst of cold is something that she has been experiencing for the past year, and that's why she always suffers intense pain across her body. He knew that it was getting worse recently, but he didn't imagine that it could affect the outside world. Some time passed and it's afternoon already while our edgy boy is trying hard to hold on, but things aren't going that well. That's when a green ball hits the dragon and bounces through the room. He looks back and shouts, "Don't touch her," but he also gets hit and is sent flying. That's when we see a voluptuous, curvaceous, lubricious, juiciest big-breasted baseball healer, and that's a new search tag for me. She looks at the dragon and says, "Come." The dragon attacks her, but she just hits it on the head. Then she uses a bind healing spell on the dragon, activates a power within her eyes, and hits the dragon once more. With that, she sends the dragon inside the sister again, then hits the floor with her bat, sending a healing shockwave, and everything starts to unfreeze. She says, "You must be Joey. I've heard about you." Her name is Chui Ling Na, a level 35 secondary awakened priest. He says that it's nice to meet her, and she tells him that she came over because of the director, but she's thinking that it's impressive that the guy didn't freeze for this long time. He goes to her and asks, "Mr. Chui, do you know what disease my sister got and is it curable?" She tells him that the leaking of cold energy and the refinement into a form is a sign of bloodline awakening. Joey is shocked because when the game first appeared, a lot of players chose the characters to be other races, as elves, giants, and demons. When the game merged with reality, those players received the traits of those bloodlines. People with elf bloodline have greener eyes and longer ears, and those with the giant bloodline could get to 3 or 4 meters. For the past 200 years, players married humans, and the blood got diluted over the generations. They gradually lost their powers except for a special condition, bloodline awakening. The healer explains that this bloodline awakening can bring both fortune and misfortune, and a successful awakening means that one can control the power of other races, and the learning level will be multiplied. But if they fail, they will either be paralyzed or die on the spot. But his sister suffered from the cold because her body cannot handle the power of the bloodline. If her guess is correct, she awakened a rare freezing bloodline. Damn, we have Sherlock Holmes, guys. But she needs to change her constitution if she wants to carry this rare bloodline, and as far as she knows, the treasure called Freezing Lotus can change her constitution, but it's very rare. The last time that she saw one was 30 years ago, and someone anonymous bought it for 13,000 million. And she warns him, "Your sister will not be able to suppress this cold for more than 3 months, and after that she will explode. But one simpler option is to just seal her bloodline, but that means a curse cause she will not have any extra powers." Brother, I think it would be cool to have a strong sister, cause it's really rare to have something like that, since every sister is either useless or perverted with no other option. 5 days later, and our boy's on the juice, training to be the next Chris Bumstead, doing some squats, push-ups, and sit-ups. News: everyone is talking about our boy. The guy was only a level 10 when he entered the realm and even got first place. He is the headline everywhere. The guy from his school is always smug. Yeah, I knew he would be successful when I saw him. That's why I advised everyone to invest in him as much as possible, because I have a good eye. But of course there are some people that don't believe in him. A Saint Knight, which is a support class, finishing a nightmare alone. I think he's cheating. But the girl says that she has the recordings, and it's real. He's powerful, and his holy cross is more powerful than a high-tier flaming magic from a main mage, while also, he has a bunch of buffs. Someone is watching on a big screen, and he's impressed with the fact that it only took him 9 minutes, and that's 20 seconds faster than him. He says that he's interesting cause he dares to take his honor. That means that he's looking for death. Our boy was just chilling and walking in the city when he got a notification on his cell phone. He just received the 5 million, and the secretary Zhao Wenbing explained that he will also get a luxurious place to live. He knows that everyone is acting like that because he got the first place bunch of gold diggers. He tells the guy, "Choose the house for me," and the guy on the phone tells him that the people from the top 3 universities are on the way for him. But actually, they are already there. Someone goes to him and say, "Hello, Mr. Zhou, I'm from Ryung University, and I'm here to recruit you." But a helicopter appeared and the guy shouted, "Yo, you told him that he was dumb, so why are you here today?" The guy trembling says, "Mr. Zhou, if you are willing to go to our school, we will pay you 4 million. But the other one jumps from the helicopter and tells him that whatever University offers, they will give him the double. Modi University will have Zhou. But that's when a pink-haired fish-eyed bimbo appeared saying that she's going to be taking him, then she just grabs him and goes flying. Whispering some juicy offers with her warm breath in his ears cause this girl knows how to negotiate. She says, Mr. Joe, King Jing University has nothing but cultivation resources. For the 4 years that you're going to be staying there, you're going to receive a great cultivation resource every year. But someone blocks her flight, and it's a dark masochist gothic thick-breasted black nylon wearing ponytail for a good grip sister, and now the competition is getting fierce. The goth girl tells him that whatever they offer to him, the Kung Jin University will give him more. The guy from the helicopter increases his bet. If he goes to Modi University, they will give him a full set of golden grade equipment. They fly down back to the floor, and the pink-haired girl says that she's not kidnapping him. She just wants to have an intimate conversation with our boy so he can warm her body with his cozy healing skills. But Sato babe ain't letting this heavenly boy slide off. I'm from the Su-Kan University, and I'm the recruitment teacher, Sumei Yar. She tells him that the Su-Kan University got the first place in the last 4 years, so it is the best place if he wants to get stronger. They can even get him some great resources. It's funny because our boy hasn't said anything yet. He's thinking that all those 3 universities' conditions are pretty similar. All of them will grant him a good future, and if he wants to get even stronger in university, he needs the one that suits him the most, so he chooses the thick Sato Goth Girl University. The girl pulls out a big 10,000-word contract for him. Take a look and sign it. If there's no problem. The other recruiters are pissed because Goth Girl always gets the good ones. Our boy is impressed with the fact that she can use skills without a staff, and that means that she's a high-tier mage. He asks her, "What is your level, Mr. Su?" She says that she's level 42 and it's a second awakening mage. But the world out there is really big, so when he enters the university, he will see more younger and powerful people than her. He thinks that this is great because after he received the system, there's nobody that can rival him in his age, and once he enters Su-Kan, he will face a lot of stronger people, and that means that he will get stronger faster. She says that she can see his desire for fighting. What an interesting boy, she thinks. Don't lose your time, teacher, asking for some healing. After signing, the contract is fulfilled, and she says that she's going to give him 1 week to pack his luggage and take him there. He asks her if this semester is going to start already. She explains that this is so they can get the best result possible in the National Freshman Exchange Contest. Then we see our boy and his sister getting to their new house, and she is in a wheelchair. So my dream of having a lifeless, mind-broken, strong sister is doomed. This mansion is the one that the government gifted to you. There's 3 floors in total, and the second floor has a specialized training room for you, and also the area has a 3,000 square meter. I won't disturb you anymore, so please take a rest with your sister. Our boy tells the secretary to wait and says, "I have something that I would like to request from you. My sister is not fully healed and her body is still weak. Even though Sister King will stay by her side, I hope you can look for her in my stead for some time." The guy says that it would be his honor to do that, and the teacher from Su University came to take him. He tells his sister, "Remember to call me if there's any problem. You need to do everything that a priest tells you, and also Sister King will check your body every day, and secretary will arrange it for you to go to school." She's bored of all those orders, blah blah blah. He pinches her cheek saying, "I heard you." Now he's in the car and the teacher asks him, "Is this your first time traveling long distance?" He says that it is, so she tells him to get prepared. They went flying to a teleport. 1 second later they were already in the university. He asks her, "We are not short on time. Was it really necessary to use teleportation magic?" Cause he knows that those university places are usually under military control and you need to send a request so you can teleport there, but there they are. The teacher explains that the university is working with the military, so they built a large-scale teleportation array near the school, which is safe and convenient. Now we are already here. He looks to the place and says that it's insane how big it is. The teacher just tells him, "Let's go, cause you need to check in." Something passed by his side, and it was a guy that was being thrown. We see a new albino babe with purple eyes and grape-sized juicers. "That's what I like to see. Variety," she shouts. "I said I don't want to talk to you, and this is a warning for everyone. Don't disturb me again. I won't go easy on you." Everyone looked at the guy. Damn, young Master Zen went to the wrong one this year. He's always trying to pick up young sensuous juniors every semester. He finally got what he deserved, thank God. Our boy knows that the girl had a demonic bloodline because of the magic patterns. Ooh, heaven and demon is good combination. Yin yang all the way in. The teacher says that plenty of students and teachers in this university have different bloodlines, so he shouldn't be surprised when he sees them in the future. He responds, Don't worry, even if there are other races, as long as they are on the side of humanity, I won't be hostile towards them, cause I wouldn't hate the whole demon race just because of my father's death. Okay, new information, the teacher tells him. Good, here's your student ID. He sees that it even has a ranking score, and the teacher then explains to him the school's structure. The first is the ranking. Every year has its own rank, and of course the stronger you are, the higher you are in the rank. For the freshman, the ranks are based on the exam. He is number 1 and of course the strongest in the freshman, but the rank is temporary cause every month they will have a competition, and the ranks will be rearranged according to the results. So from today onwards he is the target of everyone. All the freshmen are going for him, and in his position. He says that he's already the first place, so he doesn't plan to give this position for anyone. Points is the heaven and earth ranking. Everyone there also receives points based on the ranking, but there's 5,000 students in this university, so he will need to get stronger to get on that. Next is the score system, and why this goth girl is getting bigger and juicier by the time she does have some magic powers in her. She tells him that the freshman receives score based on their ranking, and you can use those points to buy meal equipment, potions, skill books, and everything. Also, if he gets enough score, he can get anything, even S-rank skills and resources. Other than ranking, there are 2 ways to receive scores. The first one, you go to the board of missions and grab some quests. And the harder the quest, the more points he can get. The second place to get points is the heaven and earth ranking. Everyone there also receives points based on the ranking, but there's 5,000 students in this university, so he will need to get stronger to get on that. He nods his head and says he understood. Then other than that, this university has 3 realms, and the first realm is the Goblin Dungeon. The levels range from 17 to 21. The second one is the Distorted Forest with levels 23 to 26. And the last one is the Purgatory to 28 to 31. Apart from levels, you need to spend a certain amount of score to enter the realm. You can go to the training room to practice to increase your level. This training room remembers me from Hunter x Hunter, Hisoka vs. Gon. I love that fight. There he can fight robots or people, and that's how this university works. The more points, the more resources he will receive. This is the way of surviving in this place. Our boy seems to like it. That's when another teacher greets her while they pass by. But the girls are all looking at our boy asking, who is he? The teacher is leading him personally, while WHE were led by seniors in groups of 10. Is he a VIP or something? The guy that is a senior explains to the overflow girls that special recruitment students will have a teacher assigned to them to help them. First, to familiarize them with the school faster, and second, to have an easier time recruiting them for their house. The albino girl is thinking about our boy, so he is the first place. I need to know more about him. The robot Sazi, first place, level 13 Saint Knight. And the randoms don't seem to believe, saying that it's impossible. A Saint Knight is a support class, and in the second place it's a level 14 Berserker. How can a support class be faster than a DPS class? But the girls are thinking that our boy is handsome enough to be a celebrity, and it would be incredible to receive some buffs from him. Even Silver Bimbo is getting shy, and she cannot stop looking at our boy. The guy at her side gets envious, seeing that all the girls want to feel the healing of our edgy lord, and shouts, I think the first place is fake. Our boy looks back, and the guy points his finger saying, I am a level 13 punishment knight, rank 38, and I suspect that you don't have enough strength to be rank 1, and I'm challenging you to a duel. The senior grabs him by the shoulder. Student duels are something that you resolve in private, so don't waste everybody's time. Everyone thinks the same thing. What the hell, this guy doing? But the side characters can't hold themselves when they see the chance to be humiliated, so he says, don't worry, senior, I got this. The senior thinks, you got sheet. The ranking 1 is chosen by the headmaster, and 5 powerhouses, so it's impossible to be wrong. But everyone now wants to watch, of course, and they know that this Lujin guy wants to use our hero as a stepping stone. That's because they think that a Saint Knight is not a strong fighting class, so he can easily step on him. But our girl healer asks, why should I accept the challenge? The guy bets 100 score points. You get that if you win, and if you lose, you don't need to give me anything. Our boy wants the points, so he needs to accept this challenge, but also wants to use this guy as an example. He needs to be cruel, and only then they will remember. So he says, 300 score points, and I will fight you. Everyone was puzzled and shaking. He only got 400 points by getting into the top 40. That means that he will lose everything if he don't win against our hero. People behind him are speaking, saying that's a heavy price for a loss. He's trying to stand out right when everything begins, and proving that he's one of those fools from the novels. But the guy knows that the albino bimbo is looking at him, and now he made the offer with his honor in the game. Now he can't back off anymore. and he has to keep going. Our boy is leaving. See you later if you don't have the guts. But the guy shouts, stop it. Okay, 300. Let's enter the ring. Okay, so you got some guts after all. But we don't need a ring if you don't fall to your knees in 3 moves I lose. But the author had Alzheimer's and they appeared in the ring anyways. The teacher tells everyone, 3 seconds then you can act but no killing moves. 3, 2, 1, boom. The guy rushes in thinking that a punishment knight is just like a saint knight, since both of them came from the knight class. But the punishment knight excels in dealing damage while the saint knight is just a support, so this will be a piece of cake. I just need to be fast so he cannot use his buffs, then the silver gorgeous princess madam will look at me differently. But unfortunately for him the name of the series is SSS Saint Knight, and boy you're going to get humbled while she's going to look at you differently with disdain and disgust. There he comes with blood slash. Our boy just sidesteps and throws a knee in his belly, and the guy goes flying out of the ring almost dying already. Our edge boy says that it was boring as truck. I thought that he had something up his sleeves. Turns out he's down with 1 hit. The senior goes to help the guy and everyone is in shock. He comes and says the guy broke 5 ribs and has internal bleeding and of course fainted. Juicy Goth doesn't seem to care and just says let a priest heal him. She gave back our boy's card saying that 300 points have been sent for him. The silver-haired demon girl cannot take her eyes off her boy and her design is fire, gotta say. Everyone doesn't seem to understand what happened and she's thinking about the difference in their strength. So she calls for him. Please have a match with me, then hurt me a lot so in the end you can heal me please. Joking. She just asked for the fight, but maybe the second part is going to happen. Our boy uses the system to look at her. He knows that it's the girl that was at the gate, and she has some bloodline and also legacy equipment, which is something like a legendary weapon. Seeing something like that, he wants to test his powers, so he accepts. We are back in the ring and he pulls out his warhammer this time. Some seniors are perplexed with so much fighting between the freshmen, but the other guy says, relax, it's just some rookie spars. The guy is Li Dongshin, one of the Aurora Club captains, level 29 spearman. He goes to the teacher and says, good to see you, Mr. Goth. The panel is 3, 2, 1, begin. Silver Girl is rushing at our boy with a shadow slash and he uses a typhoon slash. The powers collide in the middle of the arena, and both of them seem to be fine. But she is thinking, what powerful strength, he's monstrous. She then uses her demonic powers covering all her weapons with dark magic. But our boy just smiles and goes for the fight saying, finally someone who can fight me head on. He goes for a juice hammer knocker while she uses an enhanced rapid stab. From outside no one can see what is happening. The other freshmen are asking, is this really a fight between 2 new students? But Linong says that without a trump card the girl will lose soon. Purple Hair says that they look on equal footing for him. Lingdong explains that she had to defend 1 swing out of 3 before, but now she's already having to defend 2 out of 3, and that means she is getting exhausted. Which is strange because normally when someone uses a huge weapon they try to conserve stamina until they see an opening. But Joey is not showing any sign of conserving his stamina, and it's getting harder for her to block this warhammer. The girl is sent back, and our boy tells her, I'm done warming up. Gift of God, gift of courage, weapon blessing and blessing of dome. She thinks that this is too much pressure. This is his true strength while he is also pulling out the spear of victory. My man is using everything in the first chance that he has to beat a woman, so I think the teachings from the Red Pill professor really worked. She uses a phantom slash and dodges our boy's attack. But he says that he knew that she would use that, and the golden spear is about to splash all over her face and make a mess. She asking herself, when did him? But boom, she's down. He stops right when he was about to cover her with his holy light and says, do you want to continue? She gets up. No, the result will be the same against such overwhelming aggression and brutality. But our hero knows that she didn't go all out because she didn't use any of her secret swordsman's skills and also only a fraction of her dark elemental power. She smiles at him and tells him that he found out, but it's just a spar, so of course she's not going to use her trump card. Also she knows that he's hiding something because she saw his video and then asked for his number. At me, so we spar again sometime. I think after so much brutality she really going to ask for some back healing, and as protector of the girls in this world I need to make it clear that our boy must heal her for being so ruthless on this poor albino babe. She saves his number all happy while our boy with his thick teacher that is literally getting juicer by the minute are leaving. After some time they arrive in the place that he will be staying, and in the door she told him that she heard that he's looking for the freezing lotus, and gives him information about a party that 6 years ago was at the Tempest range searching for it, but they eventually gave up cause the monsters were too strong, but she cannot guarantee anything. Suddenly our boy becomes a hacker which 300 screens searching for informations on that said mountain, and now he knows that he is way too weak to search in that place for the time being. The part is that the system rewarded him an item that can resurrect once for being first place, and because of that he going to buy everything that he can and go like a psycho. So using his Valorant flicks to buy all the skills he could and also acquire a forest set of equipment, he went to the mountain. Now he's also an albino boy that is causing explosion everywhere while the albino girl is in her room staring at her phone. She invited him to have a juicy workout together, but he refused to go to the mountain. As a wise man once said, you don't need to focus on a Pokemon that you already have in your Pokédex. So she calls a friend with green hair that looks like is going to cause trouble, telling her that she met a boy and he's special. The friend asks how special, and she says that she fought yesterday against him with the intention of her female charm to receive some healing, but unfortunately he was a Sigma. Her friend tells her that he really has some willpower to resist her, when she suddenly shouted that she was going to the mountain range to see him. Then we see a car driving over some monster, and a cute girl throwing bombs. She is the mechanical girl Zhu Xiao, and with her is the smart-looking cold summoner when Tian Run. But suddenly a monster was above their car and was going to explode them, but relax, we have the Chicago citizen Zhu Dan to easily kill those guys with the Tristana ultimate. Then she shouted for someone to act, and finally we saw something amazing. With thick thighs enveloped by blue stockings was the swordsman Su Qing Lian. The mechanical girl was celebrating the victory when the summoner told her to step back and made an ice protection spell that was absolutely evaporated by a fire blast. The cars were destroyed and everyone was hurted. The mecha girl was trying to fix everything so they could flee when the other girls from the floor shouted for her to run. Behind her some creatures were casting a blast attack from their mouths. Staring at the imminent death, they all thought the same thing. Will we really meet our end here? The magma-like was launched on the girls when our boy was arriving with his white wolf. He activated the sacred storm and huge golden cross appeared around the monsters. The cross started to rotate as creating a typhoon of sacred flames. The monster were agonizing when a heavenly creature said, "The light converges and the storm falls." All the monster got sucked to the sky from where a gigantic golden blade was coming. When everything exploded, debris went flying everywhere, and with the dust settling, our boy just tapped on his wolf, signaling him to cease the fire. The four babes were perplexed with the forest being vanished in a second, while our boy just used his warm comfy Uzi healing on them. After filling them with his heavenly light, the girls stood up and thanked him. They were quite ashamed for being saved by the new junior, and the thick-thighed babe told him that even though he was strong, it would be better for them to go back and restock their supplies. Our boy was thinking that it has been 1 whole month that he's there searching for the frozen lotus without success. In 3 days it is going to be the competition, so maybe is a good time to go back, and so he accepted the offer. Thicker nodded to Mecha Girl that created a new GX Spider Giant Mech Shine, and with that they went together. On the way back, our healer was talking with the Wide One as always, asking if it is common to have demons in this region, but she told him that her team have come to hunt a lot of times there, but it's the first time that they saw demons. Then he asks if has some military base around, and she says that there is a resupply and trading base that also protect the place against high-level demons. Because those demons were level 20, they were not detected. But it's strange how those demons suddenly appeared. Maybe there's some sort of dimensional crack that is bring them. That means at any moment a ton of demon can appear. Suddenly in the car they felt the presence of demons, and a purple light from far away was shining. They instantly knew that was someone there been targeted by the demons. Joey told them to go back first, and he was going to see what was happening there. They shouted his name, telling him that it was dangerous, but a red-pilled called never to listen to a woman, so he just went. In the way he felt the presence of someone, and asked himself why she was here. In the middle of the forest a group of trash were talking, saying that they should just leave the girl to die cause it is impossible to deal with 20 platinum demons. In the fight the demon was attacking with a laser beam, and of course the albino babe was the one about to die because she only had some more seconds with her bloodline skill. The demons were attacking her relentlessly, but the group was big and alone wasn't possible. She had killed a bunch, but they just kept coming. That's when she says one of the most beautiful things I ever heard. She says that she needs to advance more her succubus power. That means that she is a cute, hot, succubus, horny girl that has interest in RMC. Not even in some cultured material we can find such a gem. Look at her face all angry when suddenly she heard someone saying thunderfall. A berate of light came from the sky, creating golden explosions through the whole battlefield, and even though the amount of demons was immense, the area of effect was big enough to leave that place desolated. The absurdly beautiful creature was standing there with carmesine red eyes, purple succubus face marks, majestic long horns, elfic long ears, and an outstanding white corset over her stomach. Joey arrived shouting for her to move away. An immense purple creature was screaming, releasing a power right behind her. She covered her ears out of pain while the king with the berserk body of fire was standing there. The creature jumped in her direction, and she told to Joey be careful. She knew that the demon power has just double and now was uncertain if the duo could beat that, so she had the saddest plan on earth. She wanted to self-destruct and protect Joey. But thank God he just grabbed her waist and pulled her before the demon was able to strike her. He looked behind and used his punishment of light in the whole area and once more surrounded the whole battlefield with a light punishment from the sky. He told her that now he understood why so many people like to be mages. Killing monster from so far away feels great. But right in front of them another group was coming, and suddenly they were completely surrounded. Is it just me, or has the art style changed completely? Thank God the succubus albino waifu is hot as ever. Our edgy healer used his golden fingers to imprint some comfy warmth inside her. She felt her body being filled with all those buffs. From slow regeneration to the gift of God. Seeing her own status panel, she was impressed with the creamy points that she just gained. He told her to go left to distract the creatures while he was going to kill as much as he could. He rushed with his war hammer, and the monster was getting ready to attack him, but his holy slash was easily cutting everything. Running with the wolf, Jiang Chu was thinking that her status increased by a total of 25%, so her power almost doubled, and that is really good news. On top of everything, she is also dumb. Amazing. But according to what she knows, not even level 25 Saint Knight can buff so much, and even stranger, he's only at level 16. But that was the moments that a creature punched the floor right in front of her. She had to stop with Wolf and get ready for the fight, but the wolf easily attacked the purple demon. She was also attacked and had to besiege her weapon with her dark aura, cause she needed to buy as much time possible to Joey that at the same moment was cutting through dozens of creatures. He distracted for a second and a monster had the opportunity to attack him from behind. When the blade was about to touch his neck, a dark circle aura perpetuated the whole sky, vanishing that creature. It was Jiang Chu showing her BDSM tendencies, utilizing her shadow succubus whip that I wouldn't bother to let it hit me 3 times at max. Seeing all those creatures around them, our hero noticed that all of that was happening because of him. His holy powers was attracting every dark monster as a moth goes to flame. And he knew that it was the perfect time to sending a dome protection to Jiang. He touched his chest and summoned a holy cross, but the size of this one was incomprehensible. With a whopping 200 meters range, all the demons in the area were disintegrated by the holy flame, while Jiang was standing there completely mesmerized with such a destructive power. The only creatures that could stand were those of high ranks, but relentlessly, and without wasting a second, Joey said, "Under the holy light, all darkness shall be vanquished, because if when the light converges the storm falls." It was his special attack that creates a circling cross around the creatures that rotates until it creates a tornado that vanishes the whole battlefield. From behind the forest, no one could believe what they were seeing. Is that something that a human really can do? The soldier asked his captain, "Should we announce ourselves?" The captain was level 26 and knew that his team couldn't fight those creatures, but that guy's alone there soloing everything, but maybe that was the perfect chance for him to make friends with such a prodigy. It was when the 4 girls that he just saved appeared again in the spider mecha. The Chicago babe was about to say that they arrived to help him, but all they saw was a desolated place with our 3 heroes standing. Joey drank a potion, leveled up to 18, but his status was way higher than your average level 18, and with 156 plus 39 of wisdom, he was smart enough to leave a like in this video to help Mamoru make some fire content for his brothers. I covered the 13 chapters of the manhwa, and the name is probably in the comments. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and ring the bell to receive that juicy notification so I can fill you up with some yummy content, and of course the next part of this one, CY.